Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now pretty much the middle of August of 2022 as we get closer to TV shows out there like Star Wars Andor, The Bad Batch Season 2, as well as Tales of the Jedi. A lot of fans are also very much prepared for The Mandalorian Season 3 and the Ahsoka Tano series for 2023 by Jon Favreau and Dave. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing about the new Star Wars universe is that there are a lot of things that are currently brewing behind the scenes when it comes to a lot of other shows out there, like Mandalorian Season 4, The Book of Boba Fett Season 2, and a lot of other things that are going to be further developed in the coming weeks. Now, with that being said, we already know that Favreau and Filoni have been very direct with the fans by saying that a lot of Legends material is going to be a big deal for the new Star Wars TV shows. In fact, they are going to be using a lot of stories from Heir to the Empire, Dark Empire, Shadows of the Empire, as well as the, of course, overall Legends material that's going to make its way into the canon. Now, with that being said, what's even all the more exciting is exactly what Favreau and Filoni have planned for the Mandoverse at large, and exactly how it's going to involve some surprise cameo characters, as well as some of the major characters to make a return in the Star Wars universe in a different light. Now, given that Hayden Christensen has a multi-show contract deal, let's not forget about that. He's not done with the Kenobi series. It goes past all of that. He's going to be appearing in multiple Star Wars projects throughout 23 and 24. Now, with that being said, what's even all the more exciting is that with Disney CEO Bob Chapek getting ready to develop a host of new Star Wars TV shows with Favreau and Filoni, big announcements are planned and on the way for this year's D23 and Disney Plus Day for the community. Currently, both Favreau and Filoni are actively developing The Mandalorian Season 4, which is set to arrive in 2024. Now, it's described that one of the big storyboards completed and finalized to be used in the script of the show involves a full-on reunion scene between both the Force Ghost of Anakin, portrayed by Hayden Christensen again, and Luke Skywalker, who is going to be done by ILM, using a new type of technology for this season. Now, the scene is set to take place in front of Luke Skywalker's Jedi Temple that is now complete on the world of Ossus, during the nighttime where Luke is described to be modifying his lightsaber hilt. This is where the Force Ghost of Anakin is set to appear to give advice to Luke about training his nephew Ben Solo. With Mando 4 set to take place years upon years after the events of the third one, one of the other storyboards involves Anakin's Force Ghost sitting down with Luke in front of his Jedi Temple. This is said to appear near similar to when Kenobi's ghost sits down next to Luke in Episode 6, where it comes to a point where, of course, both Anakin and Luke are talking about Ben Solo, where Ben Solo is watching Luke from afar, not noticing Anakin's Force Ghost, similar to how Leia did not notice the Force Ghost in Episode 6. This is where Luke, of course, then takes Anakin's advice to try and diminish Ben Solo's dark side tendencies. Also, of course, this is the point where Anakin vanishes into thin air. Luke then walks over to Ben Solo's hut, to which he's actually sitting with Luke's other Jedi students that seem to be playing some kind of game by using the Force as they sit around a campfire. Now, let me just stop here for a second. Now, as you all know, Favreau and Filoni are currently developing a lot of storyboards for The Mandalorian Season 4, a lot of which have been finalized to be used in the script, which, by the way, they are going to begin writing that by the end of this year. They want to get this thing filming by the very end of 2023, by the way. This way they can get it out by holiday of 2024. That's their overall game plan. The thing about this that really seems so poetic is that not only is it really kind of mirroring what happened in Return of the Jedi, where Kenobi's ghost is sitting down next to Luke and giving him advice about Vader, now it's Anakin's ghost sitting next to Luke giving him advice about how to diminish that dark side within Ben Solo that Luke notices, and why Leia sent Ben away to him. So there's a lot of things happening here, because obviously Anakin is going to be more embedded in Star Wars than we originally had thought. So Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, they really want to give their version of Anakin in the Star Wars universe. So far, you know, we got Joby Harold and Deborah Chow's version of Anakin Skywalker in the form of a flashback during the Clone Wars. Now, Favreau and Filoni will be giving us their version of Hayden Christensen's portrayal of Anakin as a Force ghost, not just in Mando 4, but it's also going to happen in the Ahsoka Tano series. So be very well aware about that Hayden has a lot of cameos or big roles in a lot of upcoming Star Wars TV shows and more that's really going to set the stage for a lot of the returning characters like Luke and such. So, obviously, this is how you win back the fans in my book. I think that Favreau and Filoni are doing a great job. But anyways, I digress. Moving forward to the next thing here. Now, this is when Luke actually questions Ben Solo to come with him inside of the temple, where Luke then has Ben Solo complete his Jedi training skills by modifying his very own lightsaber by putting in a brand new kyber crystal. Favreau and Filoni are set to retcon the origin of Ben Solo's saber, that it was actually salvaged from the days of the Old Republic inside of a Jedi temple that was locked up and discovered by Luke. Favreau already has all eyes on actor Finn Wolfhard to portray Ben Solo in The Mandalorian Season 4, as they have some kind of big conclusion that will set up a new era of Star Wars fans. Now, the other storyboard illustration involves Ben Solo completing his saber design, where Luke actually congratulates Ben as Luke sees Anakin's ghost watching in the distance and smiling back at him. This is described to have been inspired from a moment in Star Wars Legends that was eventually rejected from one of the books in the 1990s that never made it to the final story, and inspired from that. Now, the thing about this too that I think a lot of fans need to be aware of is that The Mandalorian Season 4 and just the Mandoverse overall, in general, Favreau and Filoni want to slowly evolve it into not just focusing on Din Djarin and Grogu. They are eventually going to make this into basically the new Star Wars Legends in a sense. The Mandoverse will become Legends. So you got The Mandalorian, which is the foundation. Then you got its surrounding shows like Boba Fett, Ahsoka, and more that are the branches of that foundation. And it's a lot of work. I mean, Favreau and Filoni are really, pouring their life into this and really making sure that they're going to be doing whatever they can to bring Anakin back into the equation properly, and to also introduce Ben Solo at a different age. From what it sounds like, given that it's going to be a massive time jump for The Mandalorian Season 4, and how they have all eyes on Finn Wolfhard for the role of Ben Solo, it's looking like it could easily take place 10 years, maybe 12 years after the events of Mando Season 3, easily. Because Ben's got to be a teen at this point if it's going to be Finn Wolfhard who's got to be cast. So it only makes sense. So overall, there's a lot of things happening here. They're trying to really create new eras and leaving opportunities open to do stories in between as well. So you can see what they're doing there as well, too. Now, Favreau and Filoni will be making a lot more announcements about Mando 4 at next year's celebration event in Europe. I do suggest that you guys go ahead and check that out. Because it is going to be by far the best celebration yet, I believe, because it's going to have all the major announcements for 2023, 4, and 5. So overall, guys, let me know what you guys have to say about all this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Night to moon, we hear them moans again.